Yes, Nnamdi Kanu is a threat to the entire northern Nigeria. And the northern Nigeria are also trying to threaten Tinubu over second-term ambition. And Tinubu is using Nnamdi Kanu detention to threaten the north. In fact, if you see what Macron was trying to tell Tinubu is to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu, it's just to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu is being released. Release Nnamdi Kanu. Stop using Nnamdi Kanu as a political negotiation, you know, for your second-term ambition. That's the only thing that's holding Nnamdi Kanu from what I'm gathering, from what I'm seeing, you know. And of course, the Nnamdi Kanu's factor is playing a psychological effect on the economic activities, both in the south and in the north, because the pioneers of business activities, both in the south and in the north, are Nnamdi Kanu's kinsmen. Tinubu need to understand that this thing is not a matter of, see, you cannot run a society based on political terms and agreement. The social aspect of it, there is infrastructural aspect of it, there's the human angle. It has angle. If you are focusing on one aspect, you are definitely going to fall and get it extremely very wrong. And that's what happened to Bola Ahmed Tinubu today. I don't know why the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is still being held in detention, even after the Federal House of Rep members have agreed, and there was a signature, they collected signatures. You know, whether this thing is political, you know, because it's becoming too suspicious for people who understand that, you know, there are certain ways government operates, and one government is not seen to be operating at that level, you will now begin to read meaning into it. Nnamdi Kanu's continued detention is suspicious, very suspicious. That won't be something we are not getting into it, and then look at it. He's just using it to punish the northern Nigeria against any further attack on his government, because Tinubu understand that how enormous, how powerful Nnamdi Kanu is in Nigeria currently now. Yes, Nnamdi Kanu is a threat to the entire northern Nigeria, and the northern Nigeria are also trying to threaten Tinubu over second-term ambition. And Tinubu is using Nnamdi Kanu detention to threaten the north over to accept his second term.
It's like a game.
Yes, but it is unfortunate, you know, if that is actually what it is, because it looks like that is what it is. I mean, the president is not serious. We are not seeing any form of seriousness in him. We are not seeing leadership. We are not seeing the concept, you know, of which Nigeria was built on. We are not seeing implementations. We are not seeing, you know, activation or reactivation of the system. The Nigerian system could not to fall upon the consequences of one policy. And the whole thing is piling up to become a garbage against the Nigerian citizens. So Nnamdi Kanu can be seen as a factor where everything that's happening, you know, negatively against Nigeria can be interpreted to mean his detention. Nnamdi Kanu's detention is worrisome. It means that the Igbo consciousness is in detention. And the Igbo in 1921, according to the census released as at that time, the Igbo nation is the largest ethnic black race in the world. 1921. Go and check the record. We know the British money. Yes, the largest.
At that time, they already amalgamated Nigeria.
But there was an instructions to be carried out based on, you know, trying to get the information about, you know, the demography and geographical areas, and how people were able to so that the missionaries as at that time can actually know how to navigate themselves. The concept of census came from them. Even though most of these things were being established in Africa, you know, before the white man comes in. But for what we are gathering today, there was a consensus, a national consensus. Even if there is not a national consensus, at least each ethnic nationality in Nigeria were able to be counted by the British colonial masters. And it was discovered in 1921 that Igbo was the largest black race as at that time. Then how come? So you begin to understand and begin to weigh that the whole thing is boiled down on, you know, squeezing the Igbo with policies, squeezing them to a corner. That's the reason why the house, a room in Lagos State is costing 500,000. That's a reason why a room at Palace self-contained in Lagos State is costing 1 million naira. There's a reason for all those things. This is a city that was built with the resources from the Eastern Nigeria. Still,
but I would disagree to that. The Westerners.
How would they disagree with that? Third Bridge, how did they get the infrastructure? How did they IBB get the money to build Third Bridge? Where did they get the money to run Nigeria? Tinubu has just become the richest oil block owner in Nigeria currently now. From 7 billion to 1 trillion. Now, go and tell the revenue of Wando now, currently now. Go and tell the revenue. Within 1 year, from 70 billion to 1 trillion. So what are we talking about? Oil. He's the petroleum minister. So I do not see any reason why Nnamdi Kanu should still be there by now, if not the affirmation of the things are pointed out, you know, because Tinubu is just there trying to use Nnamdi Kanu to threaten the Northerners against who are more likely going to revolt. And you can see the consequences of it. So they need to sit up, the Igbo nation, of course, the Biafra nation need to sit up, get their ass together, get the unity of the Igbo nation globally. See, we know that the Biafra is not an Igbo thing. You understand? We still have ethnic nationalities, colonies of Biafra, like the Ejo, the Urobo, the Shekiris, you know, so many of them, you know, like any other nation in the world. We still have the issue of Amazonia there, who are likely going to merge with the restoration of Biafra at the end of the day. We still have a lot of things. So it's not only going to be a gradual thing, but you know, the master himself, that mastered, who is a master in what it takes to build a very viable agitation and networking freedom as a nation. It's same as Nnamdi. Kanu still hold the baton to this moment. Nobody have ever taken that baton from him. And every consciousness, everything economically and otherwise that is happening now is being centered on Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu has become a factor of Igbo identity and definition. So Bola Tinubu and his men, if we stop playing feudalist theory or feudalist agreement of political feudalism that has a certain level with what the North, majority of the northern Nigeria are feudalists. Some people from here, from some Yorubas, are also buying into the concept politically. Knowing fully well that the fear of transmitting or handing over power to Igbo man is the beginning of their own wickedness. Nigeria has accepted to remain in darkness instead of making an Igbo man a president. Because to them, Igbo man is unpredictable. To them, Igbo man they don't know the left, they don't know the right. But they will not be able to come out and tell you that the genesis of what we are experiencing in Nigeria today was as a result of the faulty amalgamation that we had. Where every other tribe were consulted. Out of the 100% of those people involved, 70% of them are Northerners, while 30% were Yoruba. There was no Igbo man or an Edo man that was represented in that conference. that saw the amalgamation or the naming of the country called Nigeria, because they felt that the Igbo was against the colonial presence in Africa. That is the only sin they committed to this moment. So you can see that it was transferable, and it has gotten to a level that the deeds has been broken by Nnamdikanu continued detention. The whole world is watching. They are making hero of him. He's there attracting more attention and sympathy, and the world is documenting. There's no how somebody will go through that process, the world will not listen to him. Nelson Mandela went through so many processes like that, to an extent that Steve Biko and Desmond Tutu stood. And today, the black majority is controlling the white minority, instead of the white minority controlling the black majority. That's what happened in South Africa. So we must understand that very clearly, that Nigeria is not yet a nation. I can go ahead and give you what makes a nation, talking of being a republic. Nigeria is not a nation, it's not a republic. Nigeria only represents these subjects based on paperwork. If Nigeria is to be a republic, Nnamdi Kanu will not be there. We wouldn't have having this massive long queue. Almost all the major cities in Nigeria, and they are talking about resources that are found in commercial quantity in Nigeria. Look at the way they want to handle Dangote now. Before Dangote can sell any fuel, he has to sell it to the government, not to the individual, an indigenous company. Nigeria is a wicked nation.
Buy it maybe cheaper and sell it at a higher cost.
They don't want Dangote to sell directly to Nigerians. Dangote have to carry the whole thing to the NNPC, and the NNPC now will not sell to masses. What an irony! What a nation!
But Dangote came out recently and said that anybody that wants to disturb his
they won't give him crude, and you go bankrupt. They will take over the crude, the refinery from him. They will supply him crude. Is he going to start importing crude from America or US or Venezuela or Angola or Cape Verde? Where is he going to start importing crude oil from? It is a serious issue. All this thing is what we are looking at. Well, whether you are going to use that as a negotiation, well, that will determine what will happen at the end of the day. But you must take it that every step Nigerian men against the Igbos, against Nnamdi Kanu's release, is being documented. And at any point in time can be used either against or for. You don't want an Igbo man to be president. You don't want Igbo man to be a minister of. You don't want to see them in the corridors of power. All you want to see Igbo man is under the sun, 24 hours, steaming, keeping the economy working. That's what Nigerians always want from Igbo man. People that brought independence with the help of the British government. They cannot close it. It can only be delayed, but they cannot be denied. When a day will come, the Biafra nation will rise and become the beauty of the black man. That's just the truth. Biafra as a nation has its own colony. You see, the Bible said that through one man, sin came, and through one man, salvation also came. That's the fact. Through one man, liberation of Biafra will come. And through one man, sustainability and good foundation will be laid. And there's no how Biafra will come today, and we are going to lay the kind of foundation Britain laid for Nigeria. It cannot happen. They will become a true Republican society, a hardcore Democrat nation. What is hardcore, where people's rights and obligations will be respected. You don't need to come and tell me. Look at America today. America have 13 colonies. And those 13 colonies have their own traditional and cultural differences. And they are all being respected. Why would Nigeria respect and understand that in a society like Nigeria, there's no fair play, there's no justice, there's no dialogue? It cannot be a nation. A nation is built on these three things: justice, dialogue, and rule of law. Where is the justice for Nnamdi Kanu? Where is the justice for Igbos in Nigeria? How can that actually be explained? Who can come out and tell us how that can be explained? Oh, we should wait. When Kwankwaso and Atiku were able to come join forces together, they will say, okay, Obi, because Tinubu is going to be a one-time president. But the man, as I'm talking to you now, he has amassed so much wealth and is ready to tell the North. That's why he's keeping Nnamdi Kanu there. Now you know that, the whole Igbo is in Nnamdi Kanu. The entire 80 million Igbos around the world, or more than that, is inside Nnamdi Kanu, including governors and senators of the eastern Nigeria. All of them are inside Nnamdi Kanu.
But they are not talking out. The leaders.
That's what I'm saying. It's a factor. Forget all this kind of political movement about changing the CJN, sending the DSS. Yes, it's time to consolidate power. That's why he's changing all those things in preparation of of the uncertainty that is going to come. If there's any form of attack or revolution, it's going to come from the north. Igbo man will never sacrifice any other blood for a fucking nation like Nigeria. It can never happen. It can never happen. It can never happen. There's anger and everywhere is bottled up. As I'm talking to you now, the Igbo man is deep inside him, is angry. But God is watching. There is need for us to understand, there is a man above. The Bible says that he that is above all. And we are connected to that supremacy. Supreme God. We are. Because the Bible says whatever we lay our hand upon shall prosper. We are connected. And at his own time, it took Israel 4,000 years to become a nation in 1948. 4,000 years of struggle. But they never looked this side, they never looked this side. They were focused. They know who they are. They know who they are. One day, we hope to see if Nigeria fell to become Nigeria, then Biafra will not cease to become a sovereign nation. Thank you.